Thank you for joining us here today. I'm Alana Morshot, and I'm the Professor of Cybersecurity and Behavior here at Western Sydney University. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a newish program that we run here at Western Sydney called Cybersecurity and Behavior. So I'm going to take you through some of the aspects of the program, but first I wanted to start by talking a little bit about myself, and so you can see kind of the trajectory of what kind of a person comes to study cybersecurity and behavior. I actually started in media and communications. From there, I was in law school. And while I was at law school, I found myself continually gravitating and moving towards intellectual property, and in particular technology. And over time, I became obsessed with the issues and everything else. I then went and self-taught myself programming, a range of information communication technologies. And eventually, I ended up becoming an expert in cybercrime and cybersecurity. I've been really fortunate in that I've been able to work all around the world. The only continent where I haven't taught and lectured or researched is the Antarctic at this point. But my favorite thing about working at a university is the lecturing and the students. So again, I'm very fortunate in that I've worked with students all around the world in different disciplines. And one of the reasons why I love coming to Western Sydney University is because of how diversified the background and the culture is of the students. They each coming from very different perspectives, and it's great fun. So why would you want to come and study at Western Sydney University in cybersecurity and behavior? Well, cybersecurity, as you may know, it's in the news all the time with COVID and Zoom. There's constant components around privacy, security. We can't seem to get away from it. Now, did you know that there are 11,000 new technologies every year developed to help with cybersecurity, and yet the problem's not going away? Now, why is that? Because humans are the weakest link. So the program that we put together at Western Sydney University is an exciting one because it bridges the gaps between humans, users, behavioral science aspects, and cybersecurity. So if you decided you wanted to try cybersecurity and behavior, what would it look like? Well, you would be doing a range of different subjects, some in criminology and policing, some in psychology and behavioral science, and then quite a few in data analytics and in particular computer science. So you would be doing all of those three things. You would be taught by industry members as well as the academics in our program. And probably one of the best aspects is that it's a 3-year program at Parramatta, and in your final year, you are placed with industry. So that means within your final year, you'll be working 2 days a week, either on an industry project, something that needs to be solved, or you'll be going to industry for 2 days a week. And this has really been the highlight of the program. And because we do the behavioral elements, we have been really well received with industry. And I'm particularly proud of this. So when you come here, what's the typical thing that you would do? Well, you would learn things like digital forensics. So for example, how you would run forensics on, I don't know if you can see this, a mobile phone, okay? Just find evidence around certain files. You would be looking at what everybody wants to come to cybersecurity for. They want to become a pen tester. They want to become an ethical hacker. Now, I have to say, there's probably only going to be about 2% of you that become ethical hackers at the end of the day, because cybersecurity is about defending against attackers. Very few people work in that offense ability unless you're going to work with, honestly, defense. So defense actually is one of our partners, if that interests you. The Australian Signals Directorate and With You With Me recruit directly from us, but the vast majority of our students go to government and industry afterwards. So let's have a look a little bit at the program. So I told you there would be some behavioral science aspects and psychology, some criminology aspects, and then a number of units that are offered in very few places in the world. So 2 of those units, which we're particularly proud of, is usable security and privacy. And if you don't believe me, you go onto Google's website. The thing they're recruiting the most for at the moment is privacy engineering. And that's around that whole usability piece. It's taught in our program. One of the other elements is social engineering and cybercrime components. So you're going to learn all about what criminals think behind the scene before they attack and enter into systems. thinking in that brain space. That is something the industry wants to see. And they particularly want to take advantage of the skill set that you're developing between those 3 areas. So it's a 3-year program if you want to come to us full-time, or a 6-year program if you want to come to us part-time. When you're here, we have state-of-the-art labs, digital forensics. We run open intelligence network threat testing. You have the capacity to belong to AWS Cloud Academy. We run the Microsoft Accelerator program. We have exchanges with Japan and India. We have mobile forensics. And one of my favorite things about this program, and something that I am so deeply proud of, is we have the highest female to male ratio of any cybersecurity program in Australia and possibly even the Asia Pacific. We put a lot of effort into making sure that we have balance of female to male because industry wants to see that balance. And equally proud, we're proud of the diverse and multicultural backgrounds that you bring coming to us. And I can tell you it's reflected in who teaches you as well. We are female, we are male. We come from 32 different countries around the world. We speak multiple languages, and that's who you're going to be taught by. The most exciting thing, I think, okay, about cybersecurity is your ability to go into industry afterwards or to work on an industry capstone project. So some of our industry partners include the big consultancy firms, so EY, Ernst Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, Macquarie Telecom, DC Encompass, Gridware, Emergency Cyber Insurance. We've just signed on McAfee, great sponsors of our program, Shearwater, and the list goes on and on. And the other thing that I really deeply want to say to you is that industry's been telling us just how impressed they are with our students over some of the other universities, because we attract students that are practical and down to earth. They're not full of arrogance, and they get in there and they just get the job done. And that's what this is. If you're working in cybersecurity, you're encountering problems every day, you're working to get through those problems, you're inspiring and training other people around cybersecurity. That's what your typical day would look like. And it's not so much even that the companies are offering placements, they're offering scholarships. And those scholarships have been won by our students recently. And each and every one of our first and inaugural class has found a position with a technology company working in cybersecurity. I'm also proud to announce that starting as of next year, the New South Wales government will be recruiting through this program as well, defense and policing. So there's a whole range of projects and things for you to do. Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you soon. If you have any more questions, go to the website. Thank you.